Hello and welcome. Today we are here at a very special event which is done by a celebrity car brand. It's none other than Aston Martin, which is showcasing its latest DB12. Today we are joined by Tushar Anand, who is the Vice President of Aston Martin, New Delhi. And we are going to be picking his brains on the company's plans and a lot more. So let's get to it. Hi Tushar,
Hi, good
welcome to
evening.
our channel.
Thank you.
So first of all, let me congratulate you on the DB12.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's
Thank you.
getting a lot of attention from there.
Yes, it's an
Uh,
exciting product and we're excited to be here.
Wonderful. So tell me, what was the idea behind starting a whole new category, which is something new for Aston Martin itself?
So I think the terminology that I like to go for is grand wasn't enough. And that's why we built something called the Super Tourer. Because this is a perfect blend between an ultimate sports car as well as a luxury sports car. And we combine that together, and that's the result with the DB12.
Wonderful. Let's talk about a bit about the car itself.
Sure.
So if you have to pick a few things about the car, I'm sure you have been in and around the car most of the time. So what would be your three most favorite features that stand out?
I think the fact that this car can be an extension of my personality, where I can customize it completely to who I'd like to be. Whereas, as good as getting my name on the seats to choosing a color, we have something called the Q program,
Right.
which can customize the color completely to your liking. I think the magic lies below the hood with the 4-liter V8 pumping out 680 horsepower at 800 Newton meter of torque. So I think it's 3.6 seconds to 0 to 100. And I believe that's the fastest in a Grand Tourer, or now how we'd like to call it, a Super Tourer
That's wonderful.
segment.
So that's very Bond-like.
Yeah, it is the iconic Bond car,
Absolutely.
and our heritage goes back 110 years. The funny thing is that not too many people know this, but Aston has been in India as long as 1928. That was when the first Aston ever came into
Wow.
India, way before the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis of the world had actually come in.
That's wonderful to know. Let's talk about the business side of things.
Sure.
What are your growth plans, expansion plans for India?
So I'd like to say I'm the only one without a sales target because we believe in delivering customer experiences and we want to cater to this niche audience that understands the legacy and the heritage behind the brand. We're a brand that is completely hand-built. So each car is completely different from its other. And as I said before, it's an extension of one's personality. On the expansion front, we're getting into all the markets where we're kind of seeing a good potential for Aston to grow. From a touchpoint perspective, we're right now in Delhi. Our headquarters is in Delhi. And we have future plans of coming into the South being a very prominent market. That's why if you see most of our launches also are catered to the South. We just did one in Hyderabad. We're in Bangalore today. We're moving a little west with Mumbai next and then coming back to Chennai.
That's good to know. So I'm sure you mentioned that the Aston has a long history with the Indian market.
Correct.
How important is it exactly on the financial side of things?
So Aston has started to see India as a very big market because again, we're the fastest growing economy in the world, we're the third largest today, and luxury has started to grow across all variants and platforms in India. Of course, automobile takes the peak there when it comes to luxury, and like the other brands have, Aston is making big plans for India. 2024 is going to be an exciting year for Aston. We have an entire lineup planned. We have the DBX and the DBX 707 already. You're seeing the DB12. We have the Valhalla, the Valkyrie, and the Vantage as well coming in. So it's going to be an exciting year with the entire lineup for the Indian consumers.
Right. So let's get into a bit more serious things here.
Sure.
So how is Aston Martin viewing the Indian government's emphasis on the electric vehicles?
So responsible luxury is something that a brand we've also come to understand is the near future.
Right.
And EV is the way forward. Aston does have plans to start looking at EV cars between 2025 and 2030. Between these 5 years, you'll see at least one EV vehicle from Aston coming out.
Wow. So there is going to be an Aston Martin EV
Correct.
soon.
I think everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. All the other brands have done it. They've gone hybrid. They've gone complete EV. I think Aston also is doing the same.
That's exciting to know. So could you just outline your localization strategies, if you may?
So again, going back to the legacy, this is completely hand-built. So we don't have any plans in the near future to be localized. However, a lot of our components do come in from India, which is exported back into the UK. But this will continue to be built, and that's how we're able to maintain the highest amount of quality and standards for our customers.
Well, let's get back to the EV segment a bit more.
Sure.
So could you elaborate more on the EV car? Is it going to be based on the same models that we've seen previously, or is it going to be
So the design language of the brand is completely changing.
Mhm.
The DB12 is the tip of the iceberg for
Right.
what it's going to be. I will not comment a little bit more on the car per se, but the car is going to be an exciting one and one to look out for.
Well, that's wonderful to know. Well, I think these are the few questions I had for you.
Sure.
Let's get back soon and discuss more about Aston Martin's plans in India in the future.
Thank you
very much for joining.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
have
for
a
taking
great
the time.
day. Thank you.